Oh my. It's the Crystal Geekcast. Come a little closer. Come a little closer. Welcome, everyone. It's Sunday in the afternoon here in Manila, 2 p.m. It's about 11 at night Pacific. Welcome, everyone, to the Quit Stalling Geekcast. I am your host. I am Herald Silvestre, welcoming you to the Quit Stalling Media studio. And we might start moving the show back a little earlier. We might broadcast a little sooner, but for now, let me take you over to the far, far west. The Sensei's Dojo. With the Sensei himself, Eric O'Brien.
Hello. Today, we're going to be venturing to multiple universes. However, I sit back and watch, but I'm not known as the Watcher. I'm known as the Sensei. I was trying to remember what his lines were. And I totally forgot. Like,
you nailed it though. It was pretty good.
He always has like in the beginning of the episodes his like spiel. But hello guys, welcome back. This is actually my first time back on a stream in general, and almost a month too. So
ooh.
Yeah, I'm very excited to be here.
I missed you, man.
Talk about What If with you guys. I miss talking with everybody. Harold, especially in the chat. We had Funky, Joe, and Nate and BMO. I miss this. I miss this a lot. I miss you guys. Super excited to come back on Marvel though too, especially What If. It's so good. It keeps on coming, and I can't wait to discuss it with y'all.
Heck yes. Welcome, everyone. The Geekcast is back, and so is a lot of people in the chat. I love seeing all the names pop up. It's been a while, and I miss you guys.
I know. It's been a while.
We got Human Panda back. We got Joe and Funky. I know it's a little late at night, but it's Saturday night over there.
Yeah, Saturday night.
Yeah, you guys could relax a little bit. Sensei, I'm glad to see you, particularly. You look amazing. I know you've gone through a couple of weeks of a little pain here and there. For the people who aren't on the Sensei Humor Discord yet, give us a little update. Why haven't you been able to stream, or why haven't you been able to come on the Geekcast? Yeah,
so guys, I did get kidney stones again, sadly.
Oh man.
And I literally had it back in February, so this one scared me a lot. This one hurt a lot more. But that was back in August, so it's been a while. It's kind of put me out. It's nothing too bad, like and from what the doctors and ultrasound said, I'm okay. The stone has been passed through the urine. I still continue to get really small ones, which is what's prolonging my health from coming back all the way up. Like just this morning I had a really tiny one. I don't really feel them and they don't hurt, but they definitely like take a little bit of energy out. But yeah, I've been going through that, so that kind of sucks. I have an appointment coming up for that to just hopefully nail down what's going on. This will be my third one in my life having, so
oh wow.
Yeah, like I don't really have the small ones. I don't know if like that's just my body naturally flushing them out, because I honestly wouldn't have noticed them if I wasn't straining my pee. So
sorry, I didn't mean to laugh.
No, it's like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know if that's like a thing. Do people just expel little ones throughout their life? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah. So I've just been doing that. A lot of changes to diet and just sleep and a lot of things trying to get back. But I felt good enough to come on the show today. I missed talking with you guys and seeing people. So happy to be back.
Dude, it's great to see you back, man. You look fantastic.
Thank you.
I know you've also been walking around town, getting your fitness on.
I have. I've been walking after every single meal, about an hour and a half each meal.
Dang.
So yeah, I'd walk about 3 to 4 hours a day, and I got back into Pokemon Go because of that. So, which is nice because it's pretty active in my area, like a lot of stops. So pretty cool.
Dude, I'm glad you are. Like, Pokemon Go has been an amazing game, and I'm glad people are still playing.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I don't really meet people, but I see other people around me playing. Like, I was like, oh, that guy and his kid are playing. I'm very friendly, but like, I usually just smile when they smile back. I can hear their kid like, Dad, that guy's playing. Like,
that's awesome.
I'm better than your dad. No, I'm just kidding. But yes. Oh wait, Watcho's in the chat. Says, "Whoops, we did not have a show today." It's all good, man. It's a short and sweet recap. We're just doing a little what if today. Happy to have you on here. It's
Francis
Sunday.
Dude, Francis hit us up with a sub, and he says,
"Oh man,
was that
45 months? Holy shit!"
Human
Francis,
Panda just
we love
got
you,
his
man.
crown
Thank
back,
you.
and
Hi,
Francis
Gwen.
just stuck it right back. Francis
I know,
just got
right?
it right back.
I know. Hey, Human Panda's probably still here, Francis. Watch out. I'm just kidding.
I'm ready to see the banter. I'm ready to see the banter.
What if we went back in time and Human Panda came back on? No, I'm just kidding.
Ooh.
But anyways, hi Gwen.
Hi Gwen, we miss you. Dude, we gotta get Francis and Gwen on the Geekcast to talk about stuff. You know, and
Yes,
there's a
man,
lot of
I would
stuff
love that. I
they
would
could
love
talk
that.
about. There's a lot of stuff they could talk about.
Last I think I saw of Gwen was the you had the Women's Month, right? And they
Yes,
had
yes.
That was really cool. That was awesome. That was a while ago.
It was a
That was
year
a couple
ago,
years
man.
ago.
Like,
oh, was it a year ago?
Like we haven't been able to do too much of the campaigns that we
Francis.
proposed this
God.
year. But Francis.
I know, Francis.
Francis.
We love you.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, nice, Joe. Ugandan Knuckles. I love that. He knows he knows the sub.
He knows the sub. He knows the
Knows
sub.
the
And
sub.
our friend Ojos,
Oh yeah, Rafa. That's cool.
Mr.
That's
Eyeballs.
awesome.
Welcome back, everyone, and welcome back to us, Derek. The Geekcast
Yes.
is back
Yes.
after a month hiatus. Again, I'm glad you're okay. You know,
Thank you. I'm glad to be back.
And
Yeah, I'm still getting better, and yeah, I'm good enough. I'm happy to be back.
And I'm glad you're on the road to fitness. You know,
Yes.
I'm not saying that like Nick would.
Fitness sensei in your mouth, yeah. It's like-
Shout out to Nick. I miss Nick.
yeah, I know. Dude, every time I hear that word, I think of that too, because
Oh my
he says it
God.
so much. And we were speaking of Smash. He would play the Wii Fit girl, and he'd say it all the time.
Oh no. People probably know the joke, right? The fitness
Oh, yeah.
in your mouth.
Fitness
Yeah.
in your mouth, yeah. Before all the other ones came out, yeah.
All right. Guys, we got to talk about what if, but you know, thanks for asking chat. What I've been up to.
Yes, I want to know. We want to know about Herald.
I think I saw someone in chat ask what I've been up to. So, so I've been on a bit of a Legend of Korra and Avatar: The Last Airbender binge to prepare for the podcast that we're about to do. I've been listening to a lot of the behind the scenes with the voiceover actors of Korra and of Zuko, Janet Varney and Dante Bosco. They have their own podcast, official podcast, with Nickelodeon called Braving the Elements, I think is what it's called. And yeah, they talk to the different cast members, the different crew members. They talk to the creators. Cool. Yeah, it's really awesome. So I've been consuming a lot of that. Aside from working and doing stuff, I've been cooking in the kitchen, if you know what I'm saying, Derek.
Oh,
with the microphone. Yeah, I've been cooking in the kitchen.
Go.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So
I know what you're talking about.
I've been whipping that stuff up.
Some soup.
Yeah, a little soup in a pot.
A little soup
in a pot. I've been whipping that stuff up. And we've also, been developing some stuff here and there. But the thing I'm most happy about recently is for my own leisure, and that is setting up that sim racing rig that I've been talking about off air with you. And it's just super fun. I've added some 3D printed mods to it, and
That's so cool. That's so
it's
awesome.
so fun. I might try and stream it once everything's set up.
Oh yeah, you can have like a back looking down on your drive. Oh, that's cool, man.
Like a pedal camera, face camera.
Yeah, cam 2, please. Cam 3. Crotch cam, please. You're probably gonna have those people. No, you're not shifting. There's no way.
That's an automatic he's driving. He's just touching the paddles here and there.
Did he just drift? I don't see Vin Diesel here.
And like I'm no expert in racing, but I've been watching, Formula One a lot since 2019 because of that Drive to Survive documentary on Netflix.
Oh, okay.
I think Human Panda's also been in Formula One. I've been seeing his posts about the drivers like Lando Norris and Lewis Hamilton, and yeah, it's just been fun. I've been trying a lot of different things, like, Derek, our favorite cars are JDM cars.
Yeah, it is.
And I've been mixing it up. I've been trying out the Nissan Sky, stuff I'd never drive in real life.
Oh, right, but you definitely want to, right?
Yeah, man, like the Nissan Skylines of the world, the Toyota Supras of the world. And
I haven't seen a Supra in forever. I think they're just probably, It's like I see one, I'm just like, oh, they're so good. They're so cool looking now. They're so like ancient. There's actually a really cool Evo on my walking path. I go by it all the time. Yeah, I'm just like, oh, that's cool. I'm hoping to see the owner one day and be like, I like your style, man.
When you see it, are you just like, one day?
I know. I'm like, one day.
Yeah.
Because like, especially the newer ones, like the white one, I kind of want to make a very like Star Wars, maybe Vader theme or Stormtrooper theme, like. So, but yeah, one day.
One day, man.
What if, right?
So right now, for now, I'm on a sim. Right now, I'm just pretending.
Yeah, right now, pretend. Yeah, exactly.
And practicing drifting. Tires are expensive. So
yeah, exactly.
I'm practicing a sim. Exactly. Francis said, "What if I asked Harold what he's been up to?" And Human Panda, he confirms that he is also into the Formula Ones. We got the Dutch Grand Prix tonight, and Francis says, "I don't see Vin Diesel, but I see my family here."
Hey, that's all you need. You don't need videos,
dude.
Just family.
Dude, it's all family. It's all family.
You gotta now when you start the stream, you have to play until I see you again.
Oh.
Or just have me in the video next to you. I'll whip out a piano.
Yes. Oh
I come
God.
in. Imagine like in the game, I come in with the car like, and it just plays.
I will just badly edit your head and my head on Vin Diesel and Paul Walker in that scene.
We were talking about Forza. We definitely got to play that game together. So like that.
Are you down for that?
It's open world, right?
Yes. Are you down for that? We can do a couple streams.
Dude. Hell yeah, man.
Yeah, let's do it.
Down. I'm down, man.
It's super fun. I can't wait to get you into that.
Don't you mean Supra fun?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
I had to do it. It's been a while, guys. All right. All right. We're back.
We're back. Let's do this. Let's talk about Marvel.
Yeah. What if I didn't say that joke?
Oh man.
He's gonna put Sensei in Daewoo.
Daewoo. Bow.
God damn it, Francis.
Oh my God. I would love to see you in a Daewoo.
I'd love to see myself in a Daewoo, honestly. Oh man.
All right, I realize I don't have an intro for this. Do I have any music?
I know, right? Which is just a hard scratch.
Oh no, that's too low. That's too low key.
That's too sexy. That's what damn. What if? Let's
do our one of our top bed music pieces from our buddy Setter called Attitude. There we go. We'll have this in the background because we're talking Marvel's What If. Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, the folks over at Marvel Studios have done it again. What if? Oh, Derek, I don't know about you, but I feel like this is a Mickey D's, and you might be asking, Mickey D's, Harold? Because I'm loving it.
Yeah,
so good.
I was like, wait, where's you going with the Mickey D's? I'm like, I didn't hear it. Like, oh, okay, all right.
Dude, I love it. It's so good.
I like that. That's great. Yeah, I'm loving it too. It's so good. For those wondering too, we're just talking about the first 2 episodes, so we're not like going. I believe there's 4 out now.
Yes.
And they do come out every Tuesday, like midnight here. So, but Wednesday, But yeah, so we're just doing
Wednesday in the afternoon here in Manila. Spoiler alert for those who haven't seen the first 2 episodes of What If yet. Now is the time to turn away, unfortunately. But
or what if you stayed and got, I don't know. I was trying to turn it into like, you should stay and listen.
You could actually,
or in that case,
especially if you're not convinced yet, right?
Yeah, that's true. If you're not convinced yet, or you're like wondering, what if I should get into this or not?
Yeah, it wouldn't be the worst thing to wonder.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So for those who don't know, just kind of breaking it down, What If takes place in alternate timelines. It's an animated series that Marvel has came out with, and just as the title suggests, it's literally scenarios of things that, like, what if, for example, the first title or the first episode is about Peggy becoming Captain America, or I guess in her case Captain Britain. Captain Carter,
the super soldier serum.
Yes, exactly. So stuff like that. And for those who've been following the Marvel kind of train and multiverse stuff, it's actually in a good place right now, because with everything going on. So it's kind of cool. It's a lot of I feel like it's a lot of these theories that people have and write on like Reddit and then online, like, what if this happened? Well, they made a show about it, pretty much.
And this is based off of the comic book series of the same name, What If. So this has gone on for a while now.
That's awesome.
They explored different timelines and how they could have branched out differently, how they could have played out differently if certain scenarios went in a different direction. And I'm loving it so far. We're going to dive into the first episode in just a second. Derek, overall, I do want to say Marvel is stepping up their game in terms of mainstream animation. We've always talked about...
I agree.
You and I, we've talked about, and on the show, we've talked about how DC has had a pretty good track record when it comes to their animated movies and their animated series, especially with Batman, the animated series, Batman Beyond, Batman and Justice League.
The movies, too, they're just so good.
The movies have been amazing, especially recently with their Justice League Dark and all that.
Yes.
Invincible has come out from Amazon, and that looked amazing, and storytelling was A+. So I feel like this is Marvel finally stepping up their game and saying, hey, we're not all about amazing multi-franchise story arcs. All right?
Yes. We got to cater to the animation side too.
And it's a good first step.
It is. Yeah, no, for sure. Like, for a first time, like, I mean, obviously Marvel's had other animation like projects and movies and series, but this one is so good because the stories that line up with it, it's amazing. It keeps you interested, and I really like that about it.
And you never know. Some people know what happens next, but we still don't know. I think for the better part of it. So like Derek said, the opening episode has Peggy Carter getting the super soldier serum instead of Steve Rogers. The one thing that changed is her distance to Steve getting the serum. So instead of
do you even lift, bro? It's do you even lift, girl? I was like, yeah.
She looked amazing. Okay,
dude, she does.
There's so many things I could go into about how Haley Atwell looks in real life, as well as in these scenes where she takes up the super soldier serum, because they only have one shot of this. It's not about the looks, all right. Although Haley Atwell is fine. She's an amazing, strong, and intelligent woman. Overall, in terms of the storyline, I like how Howard Stark knew the stakes here. This dude has been cavalier, to say the least, and Peggy is very headstrong herself. You're not going to tell her no, and she's
exactly.
She's going to listen. No.
And the thing I do love about this too is that these episodes, they take place in parts of the movies that people are familiar with, right? Yes. Like, we all know this scene. This is when Steve went in, and it's just the same scene, but one thing changes, and it's just the whole universe changes because of that one little thing. So,
and the one little thing, like we mentioned earlier, was Peggy being closer in proximity to all the events, the actual super soldiering of Steve. So Steve gets shot before getting into the pod, and Peggy has to come in and judo chop the bad guy, and gets the super soldier serum for herself. I love the cavalierness of Howard Stark and saying, screw it. We have one shot at this, do it. And he knows, I'm pretty sure he knows how badass Peggy is, because he doesn't even hesitate. He takes off his coat and he's just like, let's do it.
He's like, let's do it. He's like, he knows, man. It's like Tony. They just know when to do the things. You just got to do it.
Yeah. Okay, lead character highlight, man. I want to highlight Haley Atwell. One, her voice performance is so good in this.
Yeah.
It just felt so natural and simple. But Peggy Carter herself, I love how they explore the sexism of the era a lot in this episode. We saw a bit of it in the past with, if you haven't seen the Peggy Carter series on ABC before, they did it there. There's a Peggy Carter one-shot that was in like the DVD extras or the Blu-ray extras for, I think it was also First Avenger. So there's a lot of sexism there, but they really bring it up here. No one, oh my God, she just metal bended all those plates into the wall.
Right.
So they bring it up here, and they show a lot of the difference between Peggy and Steve, where Steve was willing to just go to the USO shows. He wasn't willing, but he was reluctantly, he didn't fight back. He went to those USO shows and was Captain America and rallied the troops and gave them the pep talks. Peggy was like, no, screw that. I'm going to run into the field. I'm going to get stuff done. I think that's the biggest contrast between their two characters as super soldiers. And, I really like that.
I loved it too. And it's so good that, like, my thing too that I loved about it is that Steve is still there. He's still with her in all the steps. And it's that relationship was, for me, like a great thing through the movies. And I'm happy they're still doing it in the show. So that's pretty cool.
So their relationship, I can't say love quite yet, right? Because they're still getting to know each other. But that relationship they have, and the attraction transcends universes. It transcends events. Yeah. And it's really nice to know that she didn't like him just because he had pecs. The second he stepped out, she had to grab his boobs.
Oh.
So that relationship transcends time and space, and it was a really nice note. Because even when they had that little bar scene, it was made to show that Peggy and Steve, their connection is deeper than physical, and I really like that about the storytelling. They didn't have to say too much, but they still got the point across.
They just get it. They just get each other.
They just get us.
Get each other.
And it makes you feel smart too. This is why Marvel writing is so good. Is they make you understand stuff without saying it. They make you feel smart by showing you the visuals, and then you can assume like, oh, you could say this kind of stuff, and you can sound smart too.
Right.
Oh man. So Peggy, Derek, goes off on her own and starts kicking Nazi butt. Yeah. In a way that Steve took a little over 40 minutes to do in his own movie. Peggy just goes straight out.
Yeah, she just went in there and she went ham. She just went crazy. I loved it. She just wanted to get in the action, and she was kicking ass.
Look how she just starts
flawless.
Oh my god!
Right. It's just she's just like prepared for this moment, which I love.
And Derek, I want to emphasize the humor here too, because Marvel isn't Marvel without moments of humor in between the serious stuff.
Gotta throw them in there. Yep.
Okay, I want to get your thoughts, Derek, on Peggy as, she's very headstrong. She knows what she wants to do. She gets stuff done. How did that make you feel in seeing the change in the story? This is the first time we've seen this, even though there was there were quite a few leaks of Peggy becoming Captain Britain. So I wanted to get your thoughts on like these first action scenes when you finally saw her in action.
I thought it was amazing. Like kind of what piggybacking off what you said. I loved how natural she was. Right. It's like it's kind of the same thing. Well, I guess not really the same for Steve. Right. When Steve got the serum, it was almost like a position he had to prove. Not that Peggy didn't have to, because obviously the sexism thing. Yeah. But I just feel like with Peggy, and seeing her at least in this one episode short, it's like so natural for her, like that it was like her God-given talent. Like just doing it seemed spot on. She was so good at fighting, like you said, just kind of like the intel behind the scenes, like getting and figuring out stuff. She was on it.
Like she really was meant to get the serum, kind of a thing.
Exactly. Like exactly. Like the what if wasn't kind of like, oh, this is kind of like weird. She doesn't really fit it. No, she fit it perfectly. And for the fact that they could make me feel that way in 30 minutes was pretty insane.
I know.
Right? Like she naturally just felt like, I was like, you know what? I would totally watch a series just on Captain Carter. Let's just see it. You know what I mean? And I love the representation of Britain.
Oh yeah.
You know, she didn't conform until, oh no, if you're gonna be this, you have to be Captain America. No.
Yeah.
Wear it colors, wear it high, wear it proud, and I loved it. It's well, and I love that's the original voice actor too. Thank God.
Oh yeah.
Really feel Peggy in there. You know what I mean? I loved it. I
want to point out real quick, Derek. I want to point out Francis's points in the chat. He was saying, I just have to say, even outside the plot, the animation is superb, and I can't agree more.
Yeah.
It takes a second to get used to because you're kind of expecting these people to be live action, but after a couple of minutes in, you're just like, yeah, this is amazing. This is great. It's sort of cel shaded. It's sort of not.
Right. It's not like, there's some animation things are kind of, I don't want to say painful to watch, but it's like you have to kind of bear with it. This one it's nice. It's smooth. I like it. It's good.
Yeah, actually, Francis even points out the cel shading. He says loves the cel shading, and he wants a what if game, kind of like Wolf Among Us or Walking Dead, like those Telltale games. I think there's a Guardians of the Galaxy one from
there is.
Okay.
I've seen some people stream it. Looks interesting. Yeah, I've never gotten into those, but they look like if I did get into it, I'm sure I would love it.
Yeah. Francis says Stark went YOLO for the swallow.
I mean, I'd be too. Damn.
Oh, and Bimo in the chat said, "Oh, Notorious KGM is in the chat. What's up, Urim?
What's up?"
Bimo says you can watch the Peggy Carter short in the Iron Man 3 extras.
Ooh, nice.
Section on Disney Plus.
Awesome.
Notorious KGM says DZ and I are on a Marvel movie run. We're halfway into the MC Universe movies. Oh, that's awesome, dude.
I was very sad when he told me that he hasn't watched them.
I'm glad he finally is.
Yeah, you're halfway forgiven. You'll be full forgiven when you're done, Diego.
Yeah, clip this for him.
You're gonna watch this and be like, man, I can't wait to like hear your thoughts though. I'm kind of jealous you get to experience it for the first time again.
Yeah,
because man, like that was
It's good stuff. It's really good.
I can't wait till you get to the end game.
Dude, Infinity War. He's lucky that he doesn't have to wait the 1 year to get to Endgame from Infinity War. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that was torture.
That's true. God, that was torture. That was such torture.
Orim, have you seen this stuff beforehand? Have you seen the Marvel stuff beforehand, or are you also going through this for the first time? I'm curious.
True.
Notorious. So while he lets us know that, he has seen the stuff. Okay. What do you? Okay. Are you a fan? Are you a Marvel fan? Are you a Stan Lee? Or
a Marvel stan?
Are you a Marvel stan?
I like that.
Francis says, "What if DZ catches up to all the MCU content?" This is a weird timeline.
It's gonna blow his mind. That's what if.
Yeah.
It's like what Loki's affecting our world too. What the hell's going on, man? What the hell? Yes, definitely a fan. Hell yeah.
Yes, that's my guy.
Except for Captain Marvel and Black Widow. Oh, okay, nice.
Oh, he hasn't seen.
I enjoyed Marvel. Yet. A lot of people, me and Harold were talking about this. Like, people kind of hate on Brie, but I thought she did fine. She did. Yeah, she's fine.
I think she can do better with better writing too. Like,
right. You know what I mean? Like
in the short scene she had in Endgame, I saw a lot more confidence. Probably because it was further into shooting than everything else. Right. But I saw more confidence in Brie. I
agree with you on the writing too, because like I feel like a lot of people, like, especially me, I didn't even feel like, they was really portrayed that she's doing other planet stuff more.
Yeah. You
know what I mean? So you're kind of like, where is she? But it's kind of portrayed now. Like, oh, she got her own stuff to deal with. Okay,
Yeah.
got you.
I like how she's our Cap now. As Simu Liu,
all right.
as Shang-Chi
Yes.
said on Twitter. Because Brie Larson welcomed Simu Liu to the MCU
That's
during
so
the
awesome.
premiere. And that was a nice gesture. And he said, thanks, Cap. Like, I was like, that's so cool. Like,
That's so cool.
because Chris Evans will always be Captain America to us. But the MCU and the Avengers will always need a captain. And I like how she's stepping into it.
Yeah, exactly. And it's a new era, right?
Yes.
I mean, I know it's phase 4, but this is literally kind of like, in my mind, it's phase 2, right?
Mhm.
Like, we're done with the phase, like everyone else. It's the new people coming out and doing their thing, and I love it. I'm feeling all this like stuff again. Like all these new things coming out, especially What If. It's just like, oh, I'm getting all giggity. I want to see what's coming next.
To borrow from Avatar, this is phase 4, but it's technically book 2.
Right.
Right.
Oh my God, I love what Francis says.
Go.
I need a what if the Geekcast swapped with the cast of Game Bite.
They would Elgin would hold his own, but DZ and
I could talk about games. Let's do it.
you know what? You and I can take over a Game Bite.
Diego's
I would love
that.
that.
Captain Marvel, that one guy, right?
The guy from Chuck. The guy from Chuck.
The guy.
He just Shazam a lot. He's a good. I know.
I don't know what happened in Budapest. Oh, if you watch Black Widow, you'll definitely know.
Yes. It is
say that.
darker than they portray it.
Yeah, it definitely is. Yes, if you watch that.
They try and make it a
find
bit
out.
lighter, but it's pretty dark. Budapest is pretty dark.
Speaking of dark too, like just this whole episode of what if
Oh, sorry,
Peggy,
yeah,
I felt like
we'll
the
reel it
tone
back.
was reeling it back. It was kind of darker, like the tones, right? Even though it was like a bright, it's a new captain. I feel like a lot of the tones were dark. It's
very,
but it makes sense. Very war, right?
Yes.
Very wartime vibe.
It's
So,
what's the term? Desaturated.
Yes,
It's
there
on
you
a
go.
very
Perfect.
bright and colorful color palette. They kind of made it very like you said, it's very cold and warlike because of the circumstances that they're going through. And I'm glad you brought us back, because I think what we haven't mentioned yet is the supporting cast as much. We mentioned Steve, but Steve getting a bit of a early Iron Man armor Mark 1 suit.
right.
I liked it. I
Me
thought it was a
too.
cool twist.
I thought it was cool. I thought it was awesome. It was like it's like her personal Iron Giant.
Yeah.
Like I thought it was, especially the scene when she's like riding on his back. I'm like, man, look at that. They just, like we said earlier, they just work.
It was so natural. She just hops onto his jet boosters.
I know.
Oh my
It's great,
God.
man. It's great because Steve is still happy in this, right? Like
Yes.
still gotta be a superhero a little bit, which I love.
Oh man,
It was awesome.
It's epic. Their chemistry. We've
Right.
never seen them really fight in the field together, and now we get to. And it was really cool to see that their chemistry isn't just romantic. They can kick ass together. So
Right.
good.
Man,
I feel
they're dynamic.
I feel like this is kind of like the kind of the only way we'd get to see it, because Peggy without the super soldier serum, is vulnerable to bullets, and I like this little dynamic duo they have going. It's really awesome. Steve really steps up as his heart is also transcends universes. This guy is made to be a good person,
Right.
Right. He's born to be a good person. I love that we got to see the Howling Commandos and a little bit of Hydra. Howling Commandos were great as Peggy rescues Bucky and Dum Dum Dugan and all those guys.
Right.
We really got like a really concise Captain America First Avenger in 30 minutes.
Right. In 30 minutes. Yeah. Right. And it was so like natural.
It's really
It was
good.
great. It was so good.
Derek, I'm gonna say something that isn't supposed to be controversial, okay? Because I like both. Okay, I really like both. I'm gonna say this a lot because you never know when someone's gonna take your stuff out of context. I like both, but Peggy Carter in 30 minutes.
Okay.
Please don't hate me. Like I
Alright.
really like both. Okay, Peggy Carter in 30 minutes. For me, a male felt so much more effective as a figure of a strong woman versus kind of like almost 2 hours of the first Wonder Woman. Mainly because of the conciseness of the writing. Here we get to see her rise and fall really fast. But in the first Wonder Woman, there was this whole subplot with Zeus, like, and Ares, and what, like, I really also got taken out of how Ares just looked like Ron Weasley's uncle. with a buff. Yeah, it's Remus.
It's Remus.
It's Remus Lupin with a buff body. It really, it wasn't as straightforward in the sense of like the progression of the story. Like there was a lot of like twists and turns. Like, oh, she doesn't need, like, Diana doesn't need a man, but also she fell in love with the guy that she pines for decades after, even though she only knew him for like 2 weeks. You know what I mean? Like,
I get what you mean. Like, it's in this episode in 30 minutes made you respect like the strongness in a woman faster than it did in a 2-hour movie.
Yes.
Right. And it's like 100% agree. 100%. And like I said, it's just so natural, and you respect her.
Yes.
You just respect her. You get it. But
yes.
I feel like too, Marvel has always put Peggy on that, like, pedestal. Like she's strong, not even just physically, down as a person. She knows what she's doing, her decisions. You don't like disrespect it. You just agree with it. You know what she's doing is the right thing.
Yes, and I think it's because of her confidence. It's because of the confidence that not just the character has, but Hayley Atwell as an actress has. Yes. There's a lot of self-assuredness, whereas Diana in Wonder Woman was very unsure of her role in the world.
Right.
Which is part of what makes Peggy a lot more, like I would trust Captain Carter with my mission more than I would Diana, even though Diana's a goddess. Like Captain Carter will direct the crap out of this
Carter's
mission.
A god. I'm just kidding.
Right? Yeah. She made me say God damn. But again, not a knock on Diana or the Wonder Woman movie, because I also appreciated that movie. It's just that this in 30 minutes delivered that impact way more than that 2-hour movie did. So that's my 2 cents on it, and I'm glad like Notorious KGM and Francis, the other males in the chat, agree with me.
Right. Yes.
As a man, I was more afraid of Hayley. No.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. That's how you said it. There it is. I'm more afraid of Captain Peggy, Captain Carter for sure. 100%.
No, like it was awesome, male or female. It was a very assured performance and an assured character. In Captain Carter. Yeah. What does Derek? I want to ask you: does this episode of What If improve anything more versus the original first Avenger? Like, does anything stand out for you? Like, oh, this was done a lot better than in Captain America: First Avenger, whether it's narratively or visually or something. Like,
I think I probably going back to the same part, like just the fact that she was so natural. But I don't know if that was a better thing or it was just better because it was Peggy thing. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Obviously, Steve, we had to have that kind of struggle for him to figure out his place throughout the MCU to finally get him at the end where you're like, damn, that's my Captain America right there. Yeah. Right. But here, I think they did really well just fitting everything in, honestly. Like, in getting almost the entire movie in 30 minutes was just brilliantly done. And yeah, I really liked how they, despite like her not having to like find her place, right? It still was well in writing.
Yes.
Like the naturalness of her role was very good. Yeah. It wasn't like, oh, this is weird. She's like too good for it. No. Yeah. It was like it was good. I loved it.
And it didn't feel preachy or anything. Like a lot of people would point out certain movies or shows try and preach like women empowerment. Like for me, this didn't feel like that at all. I know I'm mentioning it kind of like brings out a lot of like the negative connotations of people who have called out certain media for being preachy. But for me, it's just like I wanna acknowledge that no, this felt like you said natural. from head to toe, from snout to anus, as the Boyles in Brooklyn Nine-Nine would say.
Yeah.
It just, a lot of this just felt natural, and I think for me that's what makes it a little bit better than the original First Avenger, because First Avenger had those establishing scenes because they had to show Steve Rogers and his origins, how he grew up, he was this kid in Brooklyn that didn't have much to his name. Bucky would come to his rescue, all that stuff. You know, they had to establish like, oh, Steve was sent to those different troops in different locations during the war. You didn't need to do that with What If because we already had that context from First Avenger.
Right.
But at the same time,
this was like Winter Soldier Peggy, pretty much, like already, like
But also at the same time, like this What If episode made me feel like it wasn't needed. Like I got straight to the action, and I even without seeing all the other stuff, I know the story, so that was really good for me. That's what made it better for me. But what it lacks compared to the original is sort of the same, where you don't know who the Howling Commandos are and why they're so relevant to Peggy rescuing them as much. If you didn't know who Bucky was before this, you're kind of just like, oh, I guess.
Yeah, it's just another guy.
Yeah, Steve's friend. Like, because Steve mentions like, oh, that's Bucky.
Right, and you'll definitely. Right, you definitely have to watch the first movie to get the parallels here. Like, there's a lot of scenes, just a lot of shots and story plots and stuff like that that are very parallel, but it's just Peggy. Yeah. It
had a lot of funny moments, as Marvel does. So it was, for me, it was a good setup to the first as a first What If episode. For me, it was, it wasn't as dark as some of the ones that we're going to talk about in the future What If episodes. It felt like a Marvel thing. It felt like an MCU thing. To a lot of its credit, it was amazing for me. And I think, Derek, this would be a time for us to give our verdict.
Yes.
If you would agree with me, I think this is so we can move on to the second episode of What If.
Yes.
You down for this? You down for this, sir?
I'm down.
All right.
Let's do it.
Derek, on a scale of 1 to 10, Hydra monster tentacles.
Oh. 1 to 10 tentacles?
Yes, 1 to tentacles. Oh man, I don't want to give it a 10 because even though it deserves a 10, I think
I'll give it a 9 too.
Yeah, I think there's still some improvements. I would give this 9 tentacles. I think Peggy running into the machine at the end was really quick, although I get why they had to do it.
Yeah.
I think my biggest gripe for this is the ending, and because what was Howard Stark doing with access to that machine for like 40, 50 years? And did he not try and bring Peggy back? Why did it take Nick Fury and Hawkeye to bring her back?
Right, the staff.
They had the Tesseract.
Sorry, the Tesseract.
Yeah, they had it.
Right.
So I think that's my biggest gripe, because everything else was so good.
That's the one missing is right there. I agree. A solid 9 for me too. Tentacles.
Yeah,
for sure. Really wrapped around my mind with a 9.
Oh man, this was a good episode. I enjoyed it thoroughly. Peggy, Steve, Howard, everyone in this episode, every character was so well written and natural. I just gotta say it. It was natural.
Yeah, it was very good.
Oh man, Derek.
Yes.
It's time to get to episode 2 because oh my gosh, episode 2 is so good. Why?
Episode 2 is so good. So powerful, too.
Oh my gosh.
Impactful.
Okay. I don't think I'm ready. Whew. Okay.
Deep breaths.
All right, Derek. You want to give us the opening spiel again for T'Challa's episode?
I should search what he says. I love it too. It's just like it's so good with how the Watcher says it. But so this episode, guys, we have episode 2. It's actually What If T'Challa was Star-Lord.
Oh my gosh!
It is amazing. For those who don't know, this was actually Chadwick's last recording moments with Marvel. that he did. So it was also very heartfelt in the episode. Just hearing him again, very, very sad. Rest in peace, Chadwick.
I didn't think I'd be this emotional when I was watching it.
I know! Me
With the
too! And I was
story
like,
itself.
man.
Okay.
Yeah, it was just so tear-jerking a little bit. It's just,
Okay, so like
Yes.
Derek said, this was if T'Challa was Star-Lord. And how that happens is T'Challa gets picked up by the Ravagers as a kid instead of Peter Quill, because Yondu got the crew to abduct him instead of...
I like how that rhymed. Yondu got the crew. Because his arrow doo-dee-doo-dee-doo.
So yeah, Yondu had, as the Watcher said, had the kidnapping outsourced to his crew. So instead of getting Quill, they got T'Challa instead, because, you know, to them he's just another human, and they don't really see color. So or location, I guess.
I also love how Wakanda was very advanced even back then, right? Like pretty cool.
Yes.
See him running out, you're like, whoa, they've already been up like with technology, with, you know, they're already there.
Oh man, it was awesome to see. And, you know, I guess it's not something they'd have really much time for to explore in the movies. We got a bit of it when we first got to see Njobu and T'Chaka visit Michael B. Jordan's family in Oakland.
Right.
But yeah, so with the flying invisible jet above the apartments, the project.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I love this episode, Derek.
It was so good, man.
It was so pure.
It was pretty too. Yeah, it was so pure. It was heartfelt, and it was also a very good story. Like, you know, like right at the start, I just love how I'm forgetting the actor's name, but he's just like, oh, it's so opposite of when you first see Quill. It's like, Star-Lord, who? And he's like, oh, it's Star-Lord. Oh my god, he's like fangirling over Chadwick, over T'Challa, which is amazing. Yes. And I just love that how it's completely opposite, but like just like the first one, it's so natural. It's like, it's so good. It's so good.
So Francis actually points out his name in the chat. It's Jimon Honsu, who was in a bunch of MMA movies back in the early 2000s.
Yeah, Never Back Down.
Never Back Down.
Yeah, that's why I remember him from all the time. Never Back Down.
I love Jimon Honsu. And Francis is right. I couldn't imagine him acting this way in real life, but it fits so well too. I liked it, and I love that he fangirled over T'Challa, and then we find out later on why. It's because T'Challa has freaking changed the entire universe.
Dude, I know.
This guy has gone with the Ravagers, and instead of like Quill, Quill let the Ravagers influence him, right? Mm-hmm. Quill was a lost kid who kind of, you know, didn't know who he was. T'Challa grew up with, I think the main difference is grew up with a family that had strong principles. Mm-hmm. So T'Challa was taught what was right, what was good for people, and he brought that with him, and he really influenced the galaxy, which was so bizarre. It was so jarring at first, but the more you think about it, and I guess knowing what we know about Chadwick Boseman, it really fits.
It does. Yeah, it really does. It fits so well, and I'm glad that I'm actually glad he was able to get, you know, do this role one last time here. Even it's great. It fit well.
It's amazing. So T'Challa, the star of this, but just like with the first episode of What If, a lot of the supporting cast plays a huge role throughout the episode. Yeah. But I want to talk about T'Challa a little bit more because, you know, our boy Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah.
He really brought that Wakanda Forever energy into this. And, you know, you see it from the moment Jimon Hansu fangirls over him, how big of an influence he actually has. And then the more you see the rest of the supporting cast interact with him and interact with each other. Yondu is definitely still the father figure, but he's way more of a...
He's like tame. He's a little more tame, I feel like. Like, I feel like he's... Right, there you go, exactly, yeah. Like a very more happier, like, you know, not like kind of I don't want to say cruel, but more like
No, it's cool.
tough love.
Yes.
Yeah, it's more like a fatherly love for like we've, you know.
It was
like
more of
we know him to be.
Yondu in Guardians 2 than it was Yondu in the first Guardians.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Like he had
100%.
accepted his role as a mentor and father earlier on than he did with Quill.
Yes.
He wasn't, like he said, he wasn't as cruel because T'Challa T'Challa's wide-eyed wonderment of the universe really spilled over to everyone.
Exactly. He's like, why not? I want to know what's out there. So,
if people have
I love
seen
that.
Ted Lasso, T'Challa is the Ted Lasso of the galaxy in this episode, and it's so freaking amazing. How do you get Thanos to change his mind about genocide? I want to see that.
I am respectable. Dude, I saw that and I was like, what? He's like the muscle dude. I love it, dude. It was like just seeing him like through me, and it's Josh Brolin, I believe, is voiced it. I was like, wow. It's just, you feel it, man. You hear that voice, you're just like, you get that like Thanos has that theme. It's like that dark, like ominous, that like, and you see him, you're like, oh god, you're like, oh wait,
He's a nice guy.
he's a nice guy. I like this. It's kind of cool to see that too. A very big what if.
And they make the jokes, right? Like, this guy wanted to kill half the universe.
Right.
And he's like, it's not genocide if it's random. It's like, still
Yeah,
genocide,
right.
man. Still
And then he kind of
genocide.
was like, the guy was like, still. He's like, yeah, okay.
And it becomes a recurring joke that every time he meets someone new, he tries to pitch his idea and say, and kind of justify, like, no, it's not.
Right.
It's not genocide
right.
if it's random. It would have been good for the galaxy. It was amazing. And we bring up, like Francis said, the father figure in Yondu in this scene. They really establish it where he has a one-on-one with T'Challa, and T'Challa is able to talk to him not as an equal, but like he's able to convince him without being aggressive. He's able to convince him and using his words, which is what we get to know is how he actually reaches people. Is he's very convincing when he talks to someone. If you convince the Mad Titan Thanos to change his mind about genocide, you have to be hella convincing.
I know, right? I mean, geez, and what a squad too. You have Thanos on your team. It's like Jesus already, man. Like this guy manhandled the Hulk with just 2 stones. He didn't even use the stones to handle.
Yeah,
the
he
Hulk.
did. He did it.
He didn't even use it. He just made it. You just have that on your team. You're good. Yeah.
It was really hilarious because I didn't understand Thanos was part of the Ravagers until later on, because it looked like he was just some random guy at the bar that that he was just like, he convinced me otherwise, and then I thought he'd just like walk away.
Right, exactly.
And he's to find out he's part of the Ravagers. It's like, you'd want to follow this Star-Lord.
Yeah. And I also like to seeing his henchmen in here, but they're working for the other villain. So which was nice to
the
see,
Black
like,
Order was working for the Collector.
Yes.
Yes.
And I thought that was pretty cool that we still got to see familiar faces from Infinity War in here. Like, they're not with Thanos, they're actually with the Collector this time.
Yes. And man, the Collector, I always knew was eccentric, but to give someone, ultimate power ultimately corrupts, I guess, is the story of this. And the Collector, man, is he a jerk.
Yeah. And I think that was a good villain setup. Like, like a guy like this could definitely be bad news. 100%.
Yeah. Look how jacked he got.
I know. He got tight. He took Thanos' bod, but he just has his head. Like, it's just the Collector's head.
And he's got a lot of those enhancements, those cybernetic enhancements.
Yeah.
He's been playing with stuff. I love the Howard the Duck cameo here. It was really nice.
Voiced by Seth Green.
Yes.
That was awesome.
It was really fun to see. I want to see more Howard actually in this cel-shaded animated form. There was supposed to be a Howard the Duck series on Hulu that never pushed through.
Oh.
Yeah.
That'd be cool if they do it animated, just have Seth do it.
Yeah. I think that was the plan.
Imagine.
That was the plan.
Oh, was it really? Okay.
Yeah.
I hope it continues then.
You never know, right? Things could get picked up again. You could see a Daredevil in No Way Home.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
We'll talk about that real soon. Nebula with the golden hair.
Yes.
As Notorious KG says.
Flawless.
I didn't know if it was a wig or what, but it made sense in the end.
Right.
It's like, oh yeah, Thanos didn't tinker with it past the eye.
Yeah, exactly. It's very Gamora, like what what it should have been, right?
Yeah.
Like her and Gamora, I'm assuming they might have been like similar race, but I don't know. But yeah, she doesn't look all robotic and stuff, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah. It really was, and I love that they still mentioned the eye, because I guess Thanos was still on his rampage at that time when he first got her and all that stuff. I love so much about this episode, Derek. I can't pick one thing.
So good. Because they not only incorporate Guardians, but they incorporate Black Panther stuff too. You have the necklace, and the necklace, when he finds out about his culture a little bit, and he's kind of getting drawn back into what if he stayed back home instead of, you know what I mean? And I love it because you hear the Black Panther music, like the do, like, I don't even know the instrument. I want to say it's like a unique drum, but I love it. Or like a kind of windpipe thing type thing.
Yeah. Shout out to Ludwig Göransson for his amazing music.
Thank you. Dude. Yeah, and it's just hearing that, man. It's just crazy. They incorporate two worlds and they make it fit like it's so natural, like we've been saying this whole episode.
It just proves what a cohesive writing, like being directed by someone who knows who has a vision for this.
Yeah, Notorious said it perfect. It was the collaboration we did not know we needed in life. Yes. And
100%. They did this before they knew Chadwick was sick.
Right? I know.
So what really got me for this was like they just thought so highly of him, or at least the character.
And that's the best thing. They respect him so much. He's only had one movie, guys. Like, you know what I mean? And they put him on this pedestal. I love it. What they were trying to do. And I know they're still going to continue, but it's just, obviously it's not going to be the same. But it's good to see what if, all this stuff that happened. So it was really, really good.
I guess there's also a reason why Civil War, when they couldn't initially get the rights to Spider-Man, was supposed to be about fighting for who gets Black Panther.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. I guess they made up for it,
Yeah, right. Exactly.
It's so good. Okay. Yondu, the Ravagers, the Collector, the Swolector, as Francis was calling him.
Swolector. I love that.
T'Challa, Chacha, Nebula. They all, it all just fits and into one big story that, again, how did they do this in 40 minutes?
It's insane.
How do they keep getting away with this, Derek?
It's too good. Marvel, stop it.
It's too good. So it's hard for me to think of what this did better than the original because there's so much.
I know.
Do we compare it? Obviously, we'd have to compare it to Guardians of the Galaxy more than Black Panther because this wasn't set in Wakanda. There's really no Wakandan stakes here. I think what I like the most about this is seeing the difference of T'Challa and Quill. The impact one person can have. It's so hard to see it in our world today, in real life, because circumstances. But it goes to show how anyone can make a change.
Yeah,
I think I don't want to get preachy, but it's the message I'm getting out of this is it only takes one person to make a huge change for a lot of people. It's the ripple effect, I guess.
Yep, exactly.
And I love that T'Challa was the example of this, at least for this one season, because man, what a big change it was. It wasn't just a small, it wasn't just a small community that got affected. It was the entire freaking universe, and it was really awesome. And there were so many countless moments where they emphasized this. T'Challa wasn't just smart; he was cunning in a good way. He was persuasive enough to change someone as big as Thanos' mind.
Right.
Right. And his influence is awe-inspiring, as you can see with Jimon Hansu's character. You know, it's just amazing, and there were so many scenes here that you could point out, and I'm not going to go through them one by one. I think, Derek, it's funny to say that the action was the least interesting part of this episode.
No, yeah, I was going to say the same thing. Like the story and just the sheer like legendness of T'Challa here was the best part. It's just kind of, you know, and I don't want to say maybe his death might have made me appreciate it more, but I think it kind of did, but like not in a bad way, but just that, like, you know, you see Chadwick and know that he's only been in not that many Marvel movies at all. Yeah. And the fact that he's impacting us, and especially me, in the way that I'm watching it, and I'm sad that we can't get more of it. And
I am too.
But it was so good for me to feel his presence again, I guess, for one last time.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't know if in Black Panther 2 he's going to be in there, but
yeah, they weren't able to film anything with him anymore after.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure like what they're going to do with like story wise, if they're going to try to CGI or just have him in a suit, you know, like with the voice but yeah, man, it was a good, and the action was good, like besides, I mean, everything else, like the story, nice little Easter eggs there. The Collector had like Cap's shield, and like
he had Korg's arm, dude. That was messed up.
Korg's arm was there. Hela's helmet, that was pretty cool. I love how he did the same pose too. That was so funny.
It's him. That's so him.
I don't like, yes, bitch. Like, he was like, yes, you have to do it when you wear it. It just comes with it.
That's so good.
But yeah, it was great, man. And like Notorious said, the collab we never knew we needed. I'm glad they did this on the second episode. It would have been a lot more emotional if it was like the last one. But like,
I don't think I could have handled it being the last
I know.
one.
I'm like, my heart, I want more.
And it really gets your attention, right? It really like makes you think it's all uphill from here. As good as episode 1 was, like you're like, oh, there's more. It just keeps going.
Right. And a lot of Easter eggs in these things too. The thing I thought was kind of funny, the Collector had said a line when he met I don't know if it was, when he met T'Challa, and he's like, oh, you don't fly and shoot eye beams out of your eyes. And like literally days before, we got the trailer of Eternals where the guy was flying and shooting lasers out of his eyes. So I'm like, are they referencing like something Marvel? You sneaky bastards.
Yeah, they're really good at this. Like, it's hard to say that it's not intentional, because they've gone out and said, like, you know, we try and make things as connected as possible for the fans that are eagle-eyed and eagle-eared.
Right.
It's freaking funny. It's just
so
crazy.
Good. Yeah, people rip Korg in that universe, seriously.
Oh my god.
Or he's like armless. Yeah, he just has one arm.
Bimo, he did rip Korg's arm off.
That's true. Well, maybe he is dead, because, you know, technically Thor was kind of like with him when they broke out of that Coliseum, right? So maybe he was just
he never got to meet Thor.
Yeah, he's still stuck in the Coliseum or something.
Oh man, that's insane. Oh yeah, he did have Hela's helmet too. So,
I was sad. I was hoping for some lines of Thanos, like when they were fighting him, right? Like, oh, that for a drop of blood or something, like.
Oh, you know, that would have been so good.
I know, right? Or like he'd say, like, I hope they remember you or something. You know what I mean?
Oh gosh. I think that all that for a drop of blood would have been so perfect.
Yeah, right.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, it was overall very good.
Super amazing. And I think what made it even better was that they had an ending scene that wasn't tragic.
Yeah, I know. It was a good happy ending. It was like or at least positive, and like, oh, that's cool.
It was so nice. Like,
yeah,
you know, they did have Ego at the end, you know, visit Quill, but what I liked about this was at least for T'Challa and the Ravagers, they all got to go home. They all got along.
Right.
It was just such a nice cap. It was just like
it was. Yeah, it was a good. No pun intended. It was a nice cap. It was. But yeah, it was so good, especially, and we say that just before the ones so far seem to have kind of the endings are kind of dark or tragic. But yeah, very good.
It was a nice change of pace.
For me.
Derek.
Yes.
Out of 10 Korgans.
I like what Francis says. He gave it a 9 out of 10 Star-Lords that follow the plan. So I like
okay,
that.
the chat always comes up with better ones there, so we'll go with that. We'll go with that. Out of 10 Star-Lords that follow the plan. Oh man, if there was gonna be a what if episode that would get a 10, I think it'd be this.
Can I give it a 9.9? Like that's the
right?
9.99999. Oh,
okay.
It was
9.99999. I think we're in agreement to that. There's always room for improvement. I think for me the room for improvement, Derek, would have been if we had more.
I know. It's it's sad. We want more as much as we can with Chadwick now, but like those Bombays are gonna hit harder now. Wakanda Forever. I was surprised you didn't say like Guardians Forever or something. That'd be pretty funny.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but yeah. I like that. The very 9.9. It was for me. There are 4 episodes. I personally still think this is my favorite one so far. It might be for the whole season just because of the impact and like if you're a Marvel fan, you'll feel it. Kind of like what Harold was saying. You didn't think it was going to be that emotional, but it was. Dude, I was even rewatching the Infinity War, just seeing Chadwick, man. It's different. It's different. But we love him. Yeah. Forever, man.
It's really good. For me, the reason why I'm giving it a 9.99999 is the pacing was amazing. The twists you thought you'd see coming were well subverted. They weren't annoyingly subverted where you're just like, really? That's how they that's how it's playing out. Like you really think, okay, the double cross, I saw that coming. And then the triple cross was like, oh, okay. Oh, that's good. That's good.
Yep, that's good.
It's just there's something about the way they set these up that makes you appreciate it with I guess the rhythm that they have going with the episode. Because sometimes when you do a double or triple cross, like it just feels either too set up or it came out of nowhere. So I'm glad they did it the way they did. The lines, the way they were written and delivered were so nice.
Yeah, the writing in What If so far is very good. Like
yes.
Props to the team or if it's whoever's doing them. Very good writing.
Yes. And it, again, natural. It's very easy for these to feel like a separate thing from the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yeah.
But somehow they're making it feel as if they were what ifs, as if they were. Okay, I buy this as being in the same,
right.
Same thing.
And what's it's funny because when I was walking earlier, I was thinking about this, kind of winding it like to wind down the episodes here. Like I was thinking like, I was so sad when they took out off Netflix Iron Fist and the Defenders and Daredevil and Luke Cage. And I'm not saying this in a bad way, but like if you see the episodes on Disney Plus and you compare it with Netflix, it's a completely different level of Marvel.
Yeah.
Not that I'm saying that the ones on Netflix were bad, because I loved them, but in a sense, I'm kind of glad they took it out because maybe they were kind of like they don't think it's gonna fit in what their plans are. Because if you kind of like if you take WandaVision, Falcon, although they're different stories, they fit under the same like umbrella. Even with you know what I mean, like the whole level of
the first season of Daredevil still like as close as it felt to the MCU because of all the references.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. So it makes sense, and I was just thinking like, the level of impact and how big it actually feels, it's crazy. For what Marvel's doing, and I think it just goes to show that we've been saying that they should be doing episodes, instead of movies, like for deeper story stuff, Keep it up, because we like it. Like a longer movie.
Yes.
Pretty much, just broken up. Yeah.
Yes. They got to keep doing this, man.
Yeah.
Okay. I think the biggest thing I'm afraid of is how, it's been the fear we've had since the first Avengers. How long can they keep this up?
I know.
But the important thing for those people who are thinking the same thing that you and I are, Derek, is enjoy the ride. Right? We don't know how long they'll keep the quality up, but let's enjoy it while we can, because when the dip happens, you'll have those critics that'll even further bury and be like,
scared of the blip. We're scared of the real
we're scared of the blip.
blip.
We're scared of the blip. So let's enjoy the golden age of the MCU as much as we can for now. Yeah, man, What If has come at a great time. It's been paced so well, and I can't wait, Derek, to review the rest of the episodes with you. We have so much in the queue. We have What If in the queue. The remaining episodes. We have the Suicide Squad in our queue. We have the Bad
Trailers.
Batch.
Too. Yeah, a lot of trailers, breakdowns possibly.
Oh my God,
I know.
Derek. Our friend.
Renzo! Oh my God.
Making the money rain. Also, Renzo, buddy, I miss you.
Thanks, man. We appreciate that. Thanks, dude.
Okay, here's the thing.
Wow.
Derek, before I gush too hard about this beautifully voiced, wonderfully locked man, Renzo, if you're still in the chat, I want to ask you now, will you come on the show to talk about anything with us? Whether it's What If, whether it's the Suicide Squad, whether you want to go and talk about Space Jam 2 and do a comparison with Space Jam 1.
I'd be down for that too. Hell yeah. Least I can do. We love you, man. Thank
Renzo,
you, dude.
I'm saying that because I don't want Quitsong to just be part of your roots. I want it to be part of your future branches.
Yeah, part of your roots.
I just miss you.
Because, Marvel. Part of your Groots. I need to watch Space Jam 2 first. Oh, nice.
Part of your Groots.
Yeah, I'm part of your Groots.
Oh my God. You don't have to watch Space Jam 2. No. Dude, I swear, I want to. The second I finish watching it, I wanted to watch the first one again because, man. Renzo says, for now, we Space Jam 1 community don't acknowledge it. Yes.
I'm speaking to the council soon.
Please do. We'd love to hear the verdict from the council. Space Jam facts, I think, is.
Is it the council or the squad?
Oh,
the Toon Squad.
The Toon Squad.
Yeah, the Toon Squad.
Oh man, I miss doing stuff with Renzo. Renzo, I miss you, buddy. I was hanging around his Valorant stream last night, watching a couple of clean kills and some clutch kills from this guy. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh man. Okay. What If?
Yes.
So good. Can't wait for the rest. Like we said, Bad Batch, the Suicide Squad. We're talking about so much in the coming weeks. We also have to talk about the Shang-Chi when I get to watch that. So there's a lot. And we're going to try and tackle that as much as we can. Derek, you and I are working on that Avatar The Last Airbender Legends, the Avatar Legends stuff as well.
Yes.
I actually have to show Renzo some stuff real soon too. I think that he'll like.
Should we name it Dungeons and Cabbages? No, just kidding. Dungeons and
God damn. There's a lot going on.
Yes, a lot going on.
Can't wait for everyone to see. I think that's it for this episode of the Quitsong Geekcast. Let me take us out of here. Is this the one? Oh, Derek.
Yes.
It's the end of the show.
It is.
You want to thank everyone who's given us a follow recently, like Haas00312 ___ L _Dras. My buddy Zarky9 for my World of Warcraft rating team. I miss you guys. Maybe one day I'll get back into World of Warcraft. Who knows? Under the Bridge Productions, giving us that follow once again. Dave Nemesis, Noy2504, Drew the Mama, Azuval White, A Papi, my buddy said, and Corman211. Thank you guys for the follow. Oh, while we're at the end of the show, I want to give a shout out to the voice of Discovery Channel here in the Philippines, Renzo Soros, who just gifted a bunch of subs in the chat. If you guys haven't followed the Discovery Channel, is it Discovery Channel Asia page, Renzo? I'm gonna share that. I'm gonna share that on the. I don't believe I've shared it on the Quit Stalling page yet, but
Discovery Plus.
I'm getting giddy just thinking about it. Discovery Plus.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, because we're starting to get all the Plus streaming services here, Derek, from Disney Plus to ESPN.
I feel like
it's
I feel like that's what streaming services has decided. Let's just add a plus, and that's what we'll name it, right?
Guys, stay tuned for Quit Stalling Plus coming soon.
Plus other platforms.
Plus stalling. Renzo, I'm so proud of you, buddy, and. Yeah, I know time has been taken away from us, but I can't wait to hang out with you again as soon as we can. He's saying, I was rewatching our Lord of the Rings. Dude!
Oh, Derek, I know, that was so good.
For the people who haven't seen that yet, Renzo joined us here on the Quit Stalling Geekcast to talk about Reunited Apart's Lord of the Rings episode. And it's still my favorite Quit Stalling Geekcast episode. So far. So if you guys haven't checked it out yet,
so good.
We have some clips of that on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/quitstalling. We talked about the Lord of the Rings reunion, and it's so fun. I still rewatch that from time to time. Cause yeah, man. You keep killing it. That's all I'm asking. I love consuming what you do. That sounds weird. Derek, who are our subs?
Pause. Going down the subs at number 1 now is Francis with 35 subs. Also, Francis, thank you for the 5 gifted earlier. We appreciate you too so much. Thank you, man. And BMO King of Food, number 2, not far behind with 33. Human Panda coming back up with 32. It sounds like a game.
I think he's 33 now, actually.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He is 33 after today.
Yeah.
You're right. And we got going down the list. We got Nerf Diva, Miko Pete, Sensei Humor, whoever that is, Notorious KGM, InstaDZ, Nope_plays, Ion Hammer Stream, Wisa is, Neo Gear, Booty Knight, Zilfox, Denunci, The Fury Bot, King Tiger 105, Oris 27, New Molly, and Zeppy Buns. And of course, guys, we appreciate everybody else just hanging out.
Derek, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but a good friend of mine. A very good friend of mine from way down under, Slyvana, has just hit us up with a sub. Sly, how have you been?
No, Francis gifted 5 more subs.
What? Francis, you gotta stop doing this.
Francis, what if I drop another? Francis, you're crazy, man. We love you, dude. You guys are amazing. Thank you, guys.
Francis, what are you doing to us?
I know. God, September indeed. God damn.
If we are gonna leave our Twitch partnership behind, Derek, this would be a good way to do it. This would be a good way to just.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I haven't seen these
also,
names.
Also, Casey gets buried. Say hi to Bridge. What's up, man? I love you, dude. I know. Thanks for coming by, man. I'm surprised you're still up. Oh no, actually, you're the same time zone as me. Never mind. I was like, wait, I thought you were like East Coast too. Like, no, wait, you're in
East Coast. No, but we will be streaming. We might be streaming earlier, moving forward for you, Derek. Yeah, like we don't want to keep you up too late.
Right.
You gotta stay healthy, brother. You gotta stay healthy.
Thank God.
All right. And maybe we'll get more East Coast people up and able to watch. But yes, we are exploring other things here on Quit Stalling. We're gonna do some short form videos more often. Hopefully, we can crank those out. And yeah, I just wanna. I'm excited to see what everyone else is up to as well. Making some soup in some pots, discovering some channels. Plus, so it's a good time. It's a good time. If you guys have ever been part of the Quit Stalling family and continue to be, love you guys. Discord is always open. My PMs and DMs are always open for everyone. Derek consistently sends me messages.
Yeah.
No, but
he needs more dick pics, not for me. And by that I mean I send him Dick Grayson pictures. Come on, guys.
Rick from Rick and Morty.
Yeah, get your head out of the gutter.
The Richards.
Reed
Richards. Oh man, some John Krasinski. All right, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. We will see you guys next week. Talk about more What If. Same bat time, same bat channel. Oh wait, no, Derek. Actually, where can people at home find you?
Oh,
when you're not on the Geekcast. It's been a while. Forgot about this.
Yeah, it's been a month. It's a new universe today, guys. So we're changing things up. But you guys can find me at Sensei Humor. I haven't streamed in a while, as y'all know. I've had the kidney stones issue. I'm planning to get back into streaming next week, if not 100% the week after that, since that will be after my doctor's appointment. But yes, you guys can find me there at Sensei Humor. Also, YouTube is the same, like for my other videos, and Twitter is Sensei Humor _. But of course, other than me, Harold, where can they find you in this vast universe?
Y'all can catch me at Herald Plays on Twitter and on Instagram. I'm a little more active on Instagram. I'll be posting some stories about my sim racing rig here and there, and my exploits in the world of advertising, and so much more. So check it out there. I want to give a shout out again to Francis, who's given us so many gifted subscribers today. Subscriptions. You can catch him at Francishu on Twitter, because he also streams on Twitch from time to time. A huge shout out to Renzosaurus. Guys, he streams on Twitch on the regular. Twitch.tv/Renzosaurus. RenzoSaurus. R-U-S. Renzosaurus.
Saurus.
Saurus.
You got it right. I think you got it.
Yes. So, thank you guys. Thank you, everyone. I'm glad to be back streaming live, and I'm glad to be doing more things with you, Derek. So we'll see you guys real soon. Derek, why don't you take us out?
All right, guys. Thank you again for listening to What If. We'll be back next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. Remember, we are the Watchers. We are your guide to these vast new realities. Follow us and dare to face the unknown and ponder the question. Quit stalling.
Bye, everybody.
See you next week.